Hello and welcome. My name is Fayiz. I'll be your host today. We are the groomsmen. Today I'll be doing a head shave. I'm in a good mood today. I've been very productive this Saturday morning. We'll get into that later. But first, I've got some soap lathered up, and it is the Sterling Soap Company Glacial Peach. I've used this before. It's been a while. I've used it several times off camera. I've used it on camera a couple times. One of my favorites, no, it is my favorite peach scent. And, oh, got a lot of soap in my ear. It's very true peach. It's not artificial smelling. It's just straight up peach with menthol scent in it because the glacial menthol. But once that menthol kind of dries off, it's a great peach scent. And I like menthols, menthol scents. Scent and the feel, obviously, the glacial feel. The reason I chose this is because it is starting to get warm here in Georgia. And going into what I've done this morning, working on my car with my neighbor, we got a little warm. And yeah, wanted to use something cool. The razor is my favorite head shaver as of recently. The Yates Titanium 921 with the EH plate. I polished it myself. And it's got a second use Persona Red made in Israel. And the drink of the day is a cherry limeade ghost energy drink. One of my favorite flavors. Get started. Yeah, so since my last recording, I've bought a new car. Got a 2022 WRX Premium. It's got a bunch of bells and whistles. 6-speed manual, all-wheel drive as, you know, as standard on their cars. And I did that because my last car was starting to get up there in mileage and was going to start needing a lot of things done to it that I didn't want to put money into. So I decided to go ahead and upgrade. Got myself a new car. And what we did this morning was, I've done 2 mods so far. And they're the 2 mods that I only, that I wanted to do, and I don't feel like doing anything else as of this moment. Is a shifter, because it's a manual transmission. I did the a shifter mod that makes the first and second gear very tight, so there's no slop in the gear stick. And then this morning, my neighbor and I did a muffler delete. And I'll put a video here if I'm able to edit it with the app that I use. Just a short clip with a cold start, meaning this is the loudest that it'll be, and it quiets down as it heats up, as it warms up. But basically you take off the stock mufflers and you put non-muffled axle backs that are polished stainless steel. Sounds a lot better in my opinion. I was actually surprised at how good the stock WRX sounds. I shouldn't have been surprised because it's a boxer engine and they sound really good. And it's actually pretty loud stock for a stock car. But this axle back that I put on, that my neighbor and I put on, sounds really good. It's pretty loud on cold starts. But once the car idles a little bit and it warms up, it quiets down, and it's only really loud when you push on the throttle. Very smooth shaver. The Persona Reds are, I don't think they necessarily make them in the red packaging anymore. I'm pretty sure they still make the same blades though. They're made in Israel. I think they're chrome. I think the blades say platinum, made in Connecticut, platinum chrome Persona Rose. I don't want to take it out of the label, but you see it right there. So if you find blades that say these, which I have, I think the med prep ones and the ones that Jonathan's been using recently, I think they're all the same blades. Honestly, I think they are. I had the comfort coated ones. I didn't really care for them. And Persona blades don't tend to be sharp in my opinion, but they're smooth and comfortable. They're a good middle ground blade. Definitely feel some menthol cooling. But yeah, so that exhaust, it sounds better. It sounded good stock. I just wanted to open it up a little bit. Oh yeah, some menthol cooling right there. Once I reapply this lather. But it sounded good stock, and now it sounds even better. And the company that I got the axle back from, I got it from a vendor that stocks private label manufacturing or PLM is the maker of the axleback. They make good quality stuff at reasonable prices. I paid like $270 with a coupon, but originally they're like $300. But that's cheap compared to all the axlebacks that are like $400, $500, $600 or more, which is crazy for a muffler delete. And then PLM is also on pre-order, but you can pre-order their mid-pipe kit, which will convert the axle back to a full catback. And I think once that releases and I hear some sound clips, I may finish off that part and make it a full PLM catback. But I like it how it is now, so we'll see. All right, second pass. And when I do that catback conversion, I'll get the resonated mid pipe, and whatever drone I do currently have, which is not much, should get cut out mostly, if not all the way, from the resonated mid pipe. Resonators will help. Are there any car guys? I'm sure there are some car guys here that watch this channel. Shout out to all the car guys. Comment below if you're watching. I know Scott's a handyman in many ways, and he's worked on many cars. Yeah, these aren't the sharpest blades. So when you get into coarser hairs, you might feel a little bit of tugging, and I think Jonathan mentioned that in his recent video that he used these blades in with the Overlander. But overall, they're pretty good. And the Yates obviously is a fantastic shaver. I did my neck shave early this morning, just to get it out of the way before tinkering on my car. We are going on a date. My wife and I, Dana, and I are going on a date this afternoon. to watch Evil Dead Rising, which is a new horror movie in theaters. And go to one in the square that you can get movie and a dinner. You can order dinner, and they'll bring it to your seat. It's a nice date night idea, so plan on doing that this afternoon. We're big movie people and horror movies, especially. And the trailer for Evil Dead Rising looks excellent. And my coworker and friend, who's also a big movie buff and into horror movies, he said this is probably the best horror movie he's seen in a really long time, which is saying something. Because if he gives it high praises, it means something coming from him. Hope you guys are having some good shaves. I don't know if there are many head shavers that watch this channel. I hope so, especially since I'm putting out head shaving videos. Not necessarily that you have to head shave to watch them. Obviously, I want everybody to watch them, but I'm just saying maybe it'll help feel more connected to my videos if you do head shave. You know what I mean? So. So back to the car. My last car was a sport wagon, a Volkswagen sport wagon. So it was a station wagon with a 6-speed turbo diesel, and I really enjoyed it. Did everything I needed to do. Had it for 4+ years. But it was just time to move on. And this WRX is beautiful. It's torquey, good power, raw feeling. It's got that like good driver feel. You know, you don't feel disconnected from the road. It's not a luxury car by any means. You're not gonna get that disconnected Volkswagen, Toyota, Mercedes, BMW feel. You feel bumps and cracks in the road, which I like. It feels sporty. It feels connected. Handles amazing on back roads. Highly recommend testing one out if you're in the market for a car. That menthol is getting my my nose opening up. You hear me sniffling. Oh yeah. Now it's like ice cold on my skin. Add a little bit more water to my skin and to the lather. Nice hydrated lather. Sterling makes great stuff. And it lathers well with Badger and synthetic, but I'm using the PAA Solar Flare brush. Yeah, these blades, I mean, they're pretty good. They're not my favorite for my head shaves because my head hair tends to be coarser. But I had one open and used. So figured I'd just kill it with a head shave and move on to the next blade. Usually, if I use a blade on my head, that's it. I don't care if it's the first use or the 5th use, which I wouldn't use a blade that long. But regardless of how new or not new it is, it gets one head shave and it's done. So this is the second use on this blade, and it's going to be done after this. Got swirls back here that are a pain in the butt to get. But this razor is pretty efficient, so it's not too bad of a job, you know. It's not too much of an issue with this razor. It's gentle enough, but efficient. I just felt myself go over a bump. Yep, there it is. I was going kind of quick. The biggest downside of getting this new car that I got is the fuel efficiency. Going from a diesel that I was getting 500 plus miles to the tank to this, I'm getting like about 300 to the tank so far. I've only had it for a couple of weeks, so I still have to test it out. But that's mostly, you know, city driving. I haven't really taken it on long trips yet on the interstate. I'm sure it'll get, you know, 350 to the tank on interstate driving if I'm getting 300 in the city. And it takes, you can put regular fuel in it, 87, but it recommends premium for optimal performance. So I put 93 in. Alright, we're at 17 minutes. It's time to wrap it up. Do some touch up. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna pause it here for a cold water rinse and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Cold water rinse, dried off with my towel, and then we're gonna put some aftershave on. This is the matching Peach Glacial by Sterling. Might feel a little bit of burn with this because Sterling and PAA, for some reason, I think their alcohol content's high up there, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Not too bad. Not actually even that much. Like I barely even feel that there's any alcohol in there. So very smooth shave. There's a little patch right there. I find with alcohol splashes, once you put them on, it like, if you have any leftover hair, it like brings them up or something. I don't know, it's weird. That's the only spot that I felt it, so. Alright. A bit more. This smells awesome. My whole bathroom smells like peaches. Alright. And then off camera, I'm going to use James by First Line Shaving. It's a very nice dark masculine peach set. I use that off camera. Nice cologne. Alright, recap. We use Sterling Glacial Peach Soap and Aftershave. The Yates 921 Titanium EH with a second and final use Persona Red. And it was lathered, or the soap was lathered with the PAA Solar Flare. Very nice shave today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.
Use it one time, or a couple times.